Let's take a look. We said we'd do these last week. We'd run through these every week of the season. These are the Heupel keys. Score 30 points or more. They did that yesterday. They moved to 34-2 under Josh Heupel when they score 30 or more. Rush for 177 or more. Yep, did that. They are 32-2 when they do that under Josh Heupel. Next one they did yesterday, allow 27 points or fewer. By one, they did it, and they are 33-3 when they give up 27 or fewer. And the other one they took care of yesterday, commit 8 or fewer penalties. They had 7. When they commit 8 or fewer, they are 25-6. Those are the Heupel keys. There were 4 that they didn't hit yesterday, but we'll run those through every single Sunday so you can track them. Okay, back with Marlon Wall, Sterling Henton, Jimmy Himes. Josh Heupel said post-game that he felt his team lost its edge a little bit in the second half after building a 38-14 lead. Sounds like something a young team might do. Okay. At the same time, that defensive front was getting banged up yesterday. And you started without Devin Hobbs to begin with. Then you started losing depth pieces. So my question, was that a defense that just started getting a little complacent? Or was that your depth may not be where it needs to be at this moment in time, 1 week into the season? Marlon.
I would say a little bit of both.
You're Cavaliers in the question.
Okay, gotcha.
It's one or the other, baby. Come on.
Okay, I tell you what, let's say we lost the edge then. I'll say we lost the edge. But here's what usually happens, right? You go into the meeting room. This is a big game. You're in Atlanta. We show out. We have a great couple series. Defense is flying around. I think guys start to get a little complacent, right? You start thinking about, man, we're whooping these guys pretty good. And usually what happens is you go in the meeting room the next day and the coach puts up your bad plays and kind of bring you back down where you're supposed to be, right? So I feel like for us, we lost the edge. We got excited. We jumped out on them. The guys are flying around. We're making big plays. And then we just kind of laid down a little bit and then tried to jump it back up. And sometimes that's the hardest thing to do.
Gentlemen, was it a depth issue or an edge issue?
I'm following my head coach and said we lost the edge. And this is why. In the words of Vin Diesel in Fast and Furious, never take your foot off a tiger's neck. You got to keep it going. And that's where we have to be. Because you think about this, baby. Think about this now. And follow me. Alabama took their foot off our neck here. So he knows what can happen if you don't keep your foot on a team's neck when you got them. Because that's what we wait for. And we've had the opportunity to take advantage of those situations, and he doesn't want that to happen to us. So I'm riding with my head coach. We took the foot off the neck.
This is already a good show because we got a Sterling Henton impression of Vin Diesel. That was an unexpected plus today. Jimmy Himes, am I the only one here that thinks it could be a little bit? Well, I've forced you into the other one.
I got forced into it.
Well, like Tom Cruise said in Mission Impossible, you cannot be intense 100% of the time. So I think, I don't know if he said that.
Made it up.
I think they lost some of their edge. I thought they lost it a little bit on offense when they didn't seem to be quite as aggressive in some of the things they were doing. Defensively, I gave Syracuse some credit for making some adjustments. So I think Syracuse had something to do with that. I do think Angeli's a pretty good quarterback.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so I think their offense is going to end up being pretty decent. I don't think their defense necessarily will. But I thought that they lost some of their edge. Yes, I do think the depth was a part of that.
Moving forward, I think that's a concern. I think they'll coach the edge thing out of them.
Now, I am impressed, though, that you lose a defensive tackle and then Nate Robinson comes in and makes some plays. So
and then he gets hurt.
Then he gets hurt. So you had some individuals that came in depth-wise that helped you. But I do think they lost a bit of their edge in the second half.
Yeah. And I say this, too. I think Heupel was super calculated, him saying it after the game. You've got new guys in there, right? We lost a lot of our interior guys last year, but you still got guys like Bryson Eason. But he's kind of letting those guys know,
hurt too,
we can't do this. We cannot go and get what we're trying to get to without you guys stepping up and understanding. We've got to keep our foot on the neck. I think that was a calculated phrase by him yesterday after the game.
That didn't sound right. How does it sound?
Never take your foot off a tiger's neck.
There it is.